If you've been anxiously waiting for updates about your Social Security or SSDI checks, you're in the right place. Big news is here. Social Security recipients are about to see an increase in their monthly benefits. That's right, checks up to $2,800 are officially confirmed, and they're on the way. This change is more than just a simple increase. It's a crucial adjustment aimed at helping you keep up with the rising cost of living. Whether you rely on these benefits to cover everyday expenses or use them as a vital source of income, these changes matter. But what does it really mean for you? And how soon can you expect your check? For many, navigating the world of Social Security can be overwhelming. Policies change, and it feels like keeping up with the latest information is a full-time job. But today, I'm breaking it all down so you don't have to guess or wonder if this increase applies to you. With the rising cost of living, Social Security is taking steps to ensure you have a bit more breathing room. And if you're on SSDI, you're not left out either. This update impacts a wide range of beneficiaries across the country, and there are important dates and details you need to know. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the specifics of this increase. I'll explain how much more you can expect, who qualifies for the $2,800 monthly check, and the steps you need to take to make sure you don't miss out on this vital boost. Plus, we'll look at how this fits into the bigger picture of Social Security and SSDI reforms, which could affect your future benefits. So, sit tight, because we've got real answers, no fluff. This isn't just speculation, it's confirmed. Your check is coming, and knowing exactly what to expect will help you make the most out of this change. Keep watching, because everything you need to know is coming up next. As the cost of living continues to rise, many seniors, especially those depending on Social Security or SSDI, find themselves stretching their budgets thinner than ever before. With groceries, utilities, and healthcare costs all climbing higher, the last thing you want to hear is that your monthly check isn't keeping pace with inflation. That's where these changes to your benefits come into play. The increase isn't just a one-time boost. It's part of a broader strategy designed to help Social Security and SSDI recipients maintain their purchasing power, ensuring that your benefits reflect the realities of today's economy. The announcement that checks could go as high as $2,800 isn't something to take lightly. For many, this is a significant leap forward. But how is this amount determined? And why is it such an important development for millions of Americans? The short answer is inflation and the cost of living adjustments, or COLAs. These adjustments are made every year to help benefits keep up with the rising costs of goods and services. In 2025, the Social Security Administration, SSA, has taken bold steps to ensure that seniors, disabled Americans, and others who rely on these payments aren't left behind. And the best part? This is a concrete change you can count on. To understand how this $2,800 check will affect you, we need to break it down a little. Social Security benefits, for example, are calculated based on your earnings over your lifetime. But with inflation pushing everyday costs higher, even those with a steady income from Social Security are feeling the squeeze. That's why the SSA takes the inflation rate into account when determining how much of an increase to give. The goal is to ensure that your benefits reflect your purchasing power and not just the number you see on paper. If you've noticed that the amount you can buy with your check isn't what it used to be, that's exactly why these increases matter. Now, you might be wondering if you automatically qualify for the $2,800, or if there's something you need to do to ensure you're getting this higher payment. Here's the good news. If you're already receiving Social Security or SSDI, you don't have to jump through hoops to receive the new amount. The SSA will automatically apply the increase to your monthly check. So if you're eligible for the $2,800, it'll show up in your account starting with the next payment cycle. Of course, the exact amount you receive will depend on your work history, your age, and a few other factors. But no matter your situation, this increase is set to help millions of Americans across the country. You may also be wondering when exactly these checks will start arriving. It's important to note that while the $2,800 is confirmed, The rollout might happen in stages. The SSA typically starts dispersing these adjustments in the first quarter of the year, so it's likely that you'll see your new check around that time. For some, this will be a welcome relief as it will provide a much-needed financial cushion. And for others, it may be just enough to keep up with rising costs. But regardless of how much more you're getting, the fact that these checks are on the way is a big deal. Let's take a moment to talk about what you can do with this extra cash. For some of you, that $2,800 will cover the basics: food, rent, utilities, and healthcare. But for others, this increase may mean a little more breathing room in your budget. Maybe it'll help with unexpected medical expenses, or perhaps it'll allow you to treat yourself to something you've been putting off. Whatever the case may be, it's crucial to make the most of this increase. Keep in mind that the cost of living isn't likely to slow down anytime soon, and while this increase is a step in the right direction, it's just one part of the equation. That's why it's important to stay informed about any future updates to Social Security and SSDI. There could be more changes down the line, and being in the know will help you plan accordingly. One thing many seniors don't realize is that this $2,800 boost could also have an impact on your taxes. While Social Security benefits themselves are generally not taxable if they are your only income, things get a little more complicated if you have other income coming in. If you have substantial earnings from a pension, retirement account, or part-time job, there's a chance that a portion of your benefits could be taxed. This is something you'll want to keep an eye on, as the extra funds from your increase may push you into a higher tax bracket. It's always a good idea to consult with a tax professional to make sure you're not caught off guard come tax season. So, what does the future hold for Social Security and SSDI recipients beyond the $2,800 checks? It's hard to predict, but there are signs that the government is taking steps to ensure the sustainability of the program long term. Social Security faces some financial challenges, especially as the population ages and more people begin collecting benefits. But there are ongoing discussions about reforms that could strengthen the program, making it more stable for future generations. For now, it's reassuring to know that the government is acknowledging the strain that inflation is putting on your monthly budget and is taking action to help. There's also the question of how these changes will affect those who are just entering the system. If you're nearing retirement age, you might be wondering how the increase will impact your benefits in the years to come. While this year's adjustment is based on current economic conditions, the amount you'll receive when you retire will depend on a number of factors, including how much you've worked and contributed to Social Security throughout your life. But as a whole, these recent increases signal that there's a push to ensure that Social Security keeps pace with inflation, which will benefit future retirees as well. If you've been on SSDI for a while, you might also be wondering how this increase will impact your payments. SSDI, or Social Security Disability Insurance, provides financial assistance to those who are unable to work due to a disability. Much like Social Security, SSDI benefits are adjusted for inflation. So, if you're receiving SSDI, you should see an increase in your payments as well. This increase could be especially beneficial for those who rely solely on their disability benefits to make ends meet. The SSA recognizes the importance of these payments, and they are making efforts to ensure they stay in line with the current cost of living. One thing to keep in mind is that these adjustments are just the beginning. The SSA regularly reviews and adjusts Social Security and SSDI payments to keep up with inflation and ensure recipients aren't left behind. These payments might fluctuate depending on economic conditions, but rest assured, the increase to $2,800 is a sign that the government is paying attention and working to help seniors and disabled Americans. In conclusion, the confirmed $2,800 SSDI and Social Security checks are not just a welcome relief, they're an important step forward in helping recipients manage the financial challenges of today's economy. Whether you're already receiving benefits or just starting to plan for your retirement, this increase provides a much-needed boost. It's crucial to stay informed and keep track of future changes to ensure you're always in the loop. Your financial security is important, and knowing what's coming your way can help you make the best decisions for your future. Stay tuned, because more updates may be on the horizon, and we'll make sure you're the first to know.